A little over a month ago, I was sitting on my bed watching my parlays miss over and over and over again. I thought to myself, it sure would be nice if there was a way I could hit every parlay without actually having to come up with any lays by myself. Then it hit me. I could use AI and ChatGPT to lay the parlays for me. AI knows everything, and everybody uses it these days. Tesla, Google, Microsoft, and pretty much every brand you can think of uses AI. I thought to myself, why can't I just use AI? I immediately ran downstairs and hopped on my computer, jumped onto ChatGPT, and got a parlay for the NBA that night. Today we're going to find out what would happen if I asked ChatGPT for a parlay every day for 30 days, but if ChatGPT hits a parlay, I raise my bet by $1 for the rest of the challenge. Will I become a millionaire or will I go broke trying? Let's get into it. The whole idea for this video got started when one day I was sitting in class and my buddy said, watch this. He went onto his Chromebook, went onto ChatGPT, and asked it for the perfect parlay for the NBA that night. Just as a joke, I went into Underdog, put it in as a parlay for $1. It was like a crazy 18 times multiplier, something like that, like $1 to win $18, some kind of crazy multiplier. And I just thought of it as a joke at the time. I ended up watching the games that night, and at about halftime I realized, man, these parlays are really close to hitting. Maybe this is actually gonna hit. I ended up having to go to bed because morning practice for basketball the next morning, which those suck, trust me. But when I woke up, I looked at it, and it was one Mark Williams rebound shy and one LaMelo Ball assist shy of hitting the 18 times multiplier. I thought maybe ChatGPT knows all the secrets, and it's the way to go when placing parlays. Then it occurred to me, maybe this could be a series. I decided that for 30 days, I would ask ChatGPT for a parlay every day, but if the parlay hits, I would raise my bet by $1 for the rest of the series to see how much money that ChatGPT could make me. I started the series with quite a bit of hope. The first day, I went in, asked ChatGPT for a parlay, and it came out with a 4-leg parlay. My hope didn't last too long though, as the parlay, only one of the 4 legs ended up hitting that night, which was super discouraging, and I wondered if I should even keep going. Day 2 though was a lot better as 3 of the 5 legs hit, and the 2 that didn't were a lot closer. I was getting a lot of support on the TikTok, and I figured might as well keep going. This is a fun thing, people seem to like it, and who knows, maybe ChatGPT will start hitting a bunch of them and I'll make a ton of money. But over the next 4 days, only 5 legs out of the 17 that I ended up placing actually hit. This was super discouraging, and I started to think that maybe this series wasn't a great idea and ChatGPT has no clue what it's talking about. I was now at a crossroads. Either I keep doing the series how I'm doing it and risk losing all my money. I start flexing the picks, which is where you only need 3 of the 4 legs to hit or 4 of the 5. Pretty much you can have one of your legs not hit and you'll still get paid out for a reduced multiplier. Or my last option was to start asking it for 2-leg or 3-leg parlays to give myself better odds of hitting with less bets on the line. I ultimately asked the TikTok audience which one they think I should do, and they decided I should start placing 3-leg parlays, and they decided that pretty overwhelmingly. It was now day 7 and I was feeling optimistic with the new format that I was deciding to do. I started doing it, and on the very first day I was only 1 Chris Dunn assist away from actually hitting the first parlay. I was feeling really optimistic and I was thinking that any day now it's gonna hit, until what happened on day 8 happened. I'm not even gonna talk about it, I'll just show it right here. Yeah, that's pretty bad. It wasn't even a little bit, tiny bit, a remotely close one bit. I could have closed my eyes and placed a better parlay than that. Come on, ChatGPT, what are we doing here? Days 9, 10, and 11 all came very close, with day 11 only coming 1 Isaiah Hartenstein rebound away from actually hitting. I was watching that game and I was so frustrated when he got taken out in the final seconds and was unable to get that final rebound. I was starting to feel a lot of hope because of how close these bets were to cashing, but we're now over a third of the way through the series and I still hadn't hit a parlay, so I was starting to wonder if I was just gonna lose all my money. A little quick thing about this is that it was going on during my senior year of basketball. In our second to last game, the team that we played actually recognized the videos and they were asking me about my parlays during the game. It was a pretty fun encounter and it was pretty cool to see that people were actually seeing them and that they're actually aware of it. If you guys are somehow watching this, shout out to you guys. That's a super fun experience. It just surprised me a lot that actually happened. It was now day 12 and I was feeling like I might hit a parlay any day. And right I was. Finally, we hit a parlay. It was a perfectly crafted lay with an under, 2 overs, and it just greened all the way through. It made me so happy, and I was so glad to see that we finally hit it. It was a 6 times multiplier, so I climbed almost halfway out of the enormous hole that I dug myself. On day 13, I had pretty high hopes. It was my first day placing a $2 parlay, because if you remember, every time you hit one, it goes up by $1. So now it's now placing a $2 parlay, which I had a lot of hope about. Unfortunately, it just barely missed. Giannis missed his points line, and remember Giannis because he comes up quite a bit more in this video. Probably not for very positive reasons. But on day 14, we hit once again. Donovan Mitchell and Cade Cunningham both cashed. Jason Tatum didn't end up playing, which means that his pick was voided, so it turns into a 2-leg parlay with a lesser multiplier. But that was fine by me as we finally got the parlay to hit, and we made a massive $3 off of it. Wow, I know, groundbreaking money. I now thought that after hitting 2 quite sequentially, that it would start to get a little colder. We'd start to miss a lot more, but wrong I was. We actually hit the very next day again, but once again, Jaylen Brown was out, so it was only 2-leg parlay once again. So my $3 only won me about $5. So we were just rolling in dough. Starting now on day 16, I was placing $4 parlays every single day, which had me a little bit worried because missing $4 over and over again tends to add up quite a bit. And worried should I have been, because we started to miss parlays over and over and over and over and over and over and over. We missed the next 7 in a row, which if you can do the math, that's $28 down the drain just like that in a week, which that is really not fun for my wallet. It is now day 23, and you might think that I'm stopping it because we finally hit a parlay that day. But nope, we indeed did not hit a parlay that day. But Jaylen Brown did not end up playing, and both of the people in our parlay were both on the Pacers. And to have a parlay placed, you need to have players from 2 different teams. So since they were both on the same team, even though neither of them hit, we still got our money back. We got our $4 back in our pocket, which I guess that helps out, I guess. But we're still down so much money. Still $28 in the hole just since we started doing these 4. And for the next 3 days, again, we came kind of close, not really that close. Giannis kept missing. Just kidding. Not always Giannis' fault, but sometimes. But we missed the next 3 days in a row once again. So it was now day 27. I went to ChatGPT hoping for some new talent, hoping that we get some new guys that would be able to pull us out of our massive crippling gambling debt. And who did ChatGPT give me to bet on? Of course, Giannis Antetokounmpo, the greatest parlayer of all time. He makes every parlay that he places. Just kidding, no he doesn't. Luckily for me though, both of the other players besides Giannis that the parlay gave me, both didn't play. So even though Giannis only actually scored 20 when he needed 31, I still got my money back. So that was a really great positive. I was really glad about that. I got my $4 back. It's totally gonna save me from dying to starvation because I'm out of money now. Just kidding. But it was now day 28. Thought I was never going to hit another parlay again in my life. But to my delight, Klay Thompson didn't end up playing, and both my other lines ended up hitting. So my $4 turned into $11. Wow, that's $7 profit. You can buy like so much things with $7, like a toenail clipper, a fingernail clipper, nose clipper, trimmer, hair. Yeah, you get my drift. There's so much things you can buy with $7, so it's a pretty good deal if you ask me. But now it was day 29, and I was realizing I was gonna have to do something drastic to make it out of this debt. I came up with the idea that I put on my TikTok. For every like that my video on day 29 got, and every subscriber I gained, I'd put 9 cents on the parlay for day 30. Spoiler, day 29 did not hit. But on day 30, we were placing a $9 parlay after getting 90 likes and 15 new followers on TikTok, which was kind of weird because I got a good like to view ratio, but it didn't push my video out to as many people as some of my other videos did, even though they had less likes. So, but it still came out to $9 with almost, I think, over a $50 profit. So it still definitely gave me a good chance to climb out of my crippling gambling hole. I watched the games that night, and I watched Paolo smash his rebounds line, Franz Wagner smash his assist line, and all I needed was Jalen Green to smash 3 3-pointers. Bro's a sharp shooter. So I begin watching the game, and I see this guy throw up brick after brick after brick after brick after brick. Oh my goodness, I can't tell you how many bricks this guy's throwing up. And he only scored 6 points, guys, and 0 3-pointers in 30 minutes. Like, Jalen Green, you're supposed to be a superstar. What are we doing here? Why are we scoring 6 points in 30 minutes? So nevertheless, I was officially a degenerate gambler. I had lost all my money, and I was so far in the hole that I could never financially recover. All jokes aside, guys, this series was super fun to make. I ended up losing a little over $46 in the process, which wasn't fun on the wallet, but it is what it is. I appreciated all the support on the TikToks, the support on this video. Thank you guys. Please like, subscribe, comment, share. Everything would help me out so much. These videos aren't super cheap to make, and it takes a lot of time and effort, but I have a lot of fun doing it. Just thank you guys for all the support. I appreciate everything. And the moral of the story is don't use ChatGPT to gamble. Do your own research or don't gamble, but gambling's pretty fun. Sports gambling, that is. Make sure you do it responsibly and probably don't use AI like me when you do it. But again, thanks for all the support. I appreciate everything, and I'll see you in the next video.